Here's Ellie on Friday morning. She's very tired. Here's the kitties. I'm not really a cat person, but they're pretty cute. They're hungry. So I gotta go feed them. Also, our heat is not keeping up with this cold. The wind chill was -40 yesterday with a normal temperature of -14, and it wouldn't get above 65 in our house. So I'm wearing double socks, layers, gonna turn on the fireplace. Yeah, so that's how my Friday morning is starting. Let's get into this video. Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Heather and I go by The Canary Closet on all of my social media platforms. I am a full-time reseller. I sell on Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, and Facebook Marketplace. Mostly, sorry if the lighting's kind of bad. I'm just filming in my living room. It's not light outside yet. I've got 3 videos to film today. It's the Friday before Christmas. So I'm trying to just get them done before everybody wakes up in the house. I got a new haircut, if you follow me. So I like it. She cut it shorter and we ended up putting highlights in it. I started getting some like silver hairs, so we covered those up. So I like it. Anyway, this is a different video than I normally do. It's actually a collaboration video with a bunch of other great resellers. So make sure that you go down below and watch all of their videos after you watch mine. Kelly Schaffner asked me to do this video and I was super excited because I really like doing collaboration videos. I just haven't done some in a long time. So super excited. If you are new here and coming from someone else's channel, thank you so much for coming over to my channel. I do 3 videos a week. I do what sold videos, ThredUp mystery unboxings, and thrift hauls. So be sure to subscribe if that sounds interesting to you, or if you like reseller content, things like that. Give this video a thumbs up and we're going to get into this video. So the concept behind it was like 5 brands that you found last year, like BOLO brands, things that sold really well for you, and then 5 that you're hoping to find next year. I think. I didn't look back at my message from Kelly, but I think that's what it was. So I'm gonna talk about the brands that I found, what sold well and things like that, give you a little bit of information about them that I'm just finding on Google, and then we will go into the ones that I'm looking for next year. So let's just get into it. The first BOLO brand that I found this past year was Swedish Has-Beens. I found these boots at a consignment store. I think I did pay up like $50 for them, but I know I've definitely heard of them before. I've heard that they are a really good brand to be on the lookout for and that I could still make profit even with paying $50. So they were a pair of these red leather heeled boots. They had a side zip, very cute. They also make like clogs. I think maybe the boots will do better than the clogs. Mine sold for $140. I know some have definitely sold more than that, but that was great for me because they sold really quickly and it was a nice, really high sale. So it looks like a lot of their items are clogs, sandals, they have boots, and most of them retail, it looks like around the $250 to some of the tall boots go up to like $460, so maybe the $250 to $500 range. They are super nice. They're just really great quality. You'll be able to tell when you pick up those versus like a clog from Target or something. A little bit about this company that I found out on Google. Everything is handmade. They talked about the history of the person who I think founded the company. Her name was Anita, and it said she was the hottest mom in southern Sweden in the 1970s, so very funny. While smoking Camel, she screamed at her kids until her curlers fell out and looked fabulous in her white high-heeled clogs. These are hilarious. One summer day back in 2006, we found the shoes she wore in the basement of an old clog factory in the neighboring village and brought them to Stockholm. So they're sharing the love of Anita's wooden shoes, and they started producing the exact same styles. It said they are made of vachetta leather, whatever that is. I don't know. Grained with natural vegetable oils, which is environmentally friendly but high quality. Chrome-free leather, which is free of heavy metals. The wood comes from forests in Europe with strict regulations governed by the Europeans, whereby each tree cut, a new one is planted, and each wooden sole is cut out from one piece of lime tree, giving it a harmonious aesthetic. So very interesting. It says they will always be sustainable. The materials will be natural. They are designed in Sweden. Samples are made in Italy. And production is made in Romania and Sweden. They said machines will never replace the humans. They will always be made by hand, and that makes them better. than any machine-made shoe. So I think that's kind of cool to see the history of some of these companies. And let's move on to the next item that I found on my list. Next is the brand Danner boots. So I have found these a few times actually this past year and sold them a few times. I had a few different pairs sell. A couple of them were like a military combat style looking boot. And then I sold like a women's low top like hiking trail boot. So this is definitely another good BOLO to be on the lookout for. A couple I sold on eBay, but the ones I'm going to highlight are the ones I sold on Poshmark, and is this pair of black leather lace-up combat style boots. They sold for $100. I think I paid $10 for them at a thrift store, so that was an amazing flip. And let's go ahead and look and see some information about these Danner boots. They do make men's and women's boots. It looks like a lot of their like low top hiking shoes will start around like $170, $160. They just look like basic sneakers or tennis shoes. And then they have boots, like I said, they have winter boots, they have hiking boots that go up to over $200. There's some that are over $400, $440, as you can see on the screen here with these ones. So they're pretty crazy, pretty high priced, definitely not something I would ever pay full price in the store. It looks like they also make sandals, kind of shocking. I did not know that, so kind of cool to look on here and see that. Okay, so for Danner boots, they have like a little motto or something, a statement on their website. You don't put on a pair of Danner boots to sit around the house. Maybe they're not for me. They're made for adventure, exploration, the hard work, and the men and women who wear them perform day in and day out. I mean, I explore, I go hiking sometime. So it says Charles Danner came west to build best boots loggers had ever known, an effort that resulted in a long-standing heritage brand with a renegade spirit, a spirit that proudly lives in each pair of Danner boots we make every day. Charles Danner felt the pull to the wild Pacific Northwest, drawn by the promise of the opportunity in the rugged unknown. He came with a commitment of quality craftsmanship and deep respect for uncompromising landscape. So that's kind of cool, very like outdoorsy type of brand. To this day, our commitment to superior craftsmanship remains unchanged. We continue to craft high quality boots using the best possible materials we can find to create a product built to last. So yeah, that's a little information about Danner boots. Definitely be on the lookout for them. They will sell all year round because people do hiking and stuff like that all year round. So great brand. Next is the brand Freda Salvador. I have found these shoes twice. I think one at a consignment store and one at a thrift store. They do have a kind of like specific look, I feel like, at least for the ones that I found, like this loafer type of style. I've sold two pair on Poshmark this past year. One was a pair of pink leather ones that had this like interesting cutout in the middle part of the shoe. They sold for $102, and then I sold these brown, almost like not woven, like not really perforated either. I don't know. It was kind of just like an open look, but similar kind of style. These ones sold for $123, so over $100 sales on both of them, which is amazing. Okay, looking on their website here, and they definitely do make other kind of shoes. That's just what I found so far. So it looks like they make sandals and boots, only women's here. The boots starting at like $475, it looks like. It also looks like they make slippers, bags and accessories, loungewears, and socks, heels, mules, sneakers. So they make everything. Their sandals are starting around $375. These boots are going up over $550. The tall one, $625, $600. So definitely a really expensive shoe, in my opinion. Let me find some information about the company. Okay, so sounds like another like sustainable company. It says that they are proud to show you where their products came from and introduce you to the hands that made them. They are redefining modern feminine style. The products are handcrafted in family factories in Spain and El Salvador. So it sounds like it was a couple of friends that started this, a couple ladies, Christina and Megan. They met while they were designing accessories at another company, and they clicked over their love of design. They were traveling across Italy, visiting Europe's finest factories, and they dreamed up the brand with over many bottles of wine and founding idea of combining Megan's background in styling and Christina's background in shoemaking lineage. So kind of cool. It doesn't say when they started here. It says over 10 years later, we've grown to a close team of women based in California who are part of the small fashion business community. So I guess girl power. It says they're creating reimagined classics for the nonstop women. Our approach to design, what makes us stand out, while the quality and function are what form the community of women. Looks like most of their products are from Italy and Spain. The leathers are the highest quality with raw materials. They said that to ensure they don't make excess inventory, they make small batch collections using old world techniques that produce products that will stand the test of time. So that's kind of cool, some information about that brand. I would definitely pick it up anytime you see it, and even probably pay up for it. Next is a brand that is very unique and very weird pieces of clothing and stuff in my opinion, and that brand is Rick Owens. I got a Rick Owens in a ThredUp designer box. I really, really want to get the designer boxes again, and I don't see them available. If you guys ever order those ThredUp rescue box to do like videos or even just for fun and you've got one recently, let me know down below, because I can't find them available anymore. And I feel like if I stalk the website, I used to be able to get one like every couple months, but it's been forever. Anyway, this is one of the best things I've ever gotten in one of those boxes. I sold this Rick Owens black lamb leather jacket. It was like a moto style jacket for $600. So amazing, obviously. So Rick Owens sells men's, women's, kids. They sell everything, I'm pretty sure, like clothing, shoes, accessories. Let's just look at the women just for fun. I don't know the conversion of these prices, so I'm gonna like put it up on the screen because I'm seeing like $675, $530. You know what? Actually, I'm just gonna look it up on my phone really quick.
A few moments later.
Looks like it's actually pretty similar from Euro to United States. It says $1.06 United States dollars is equal to €1. So I'll just say the prices because they're not really that crazy. I mean, one of these jackets here is $1,600. This jacket's 3,900 euros, but they're like weird, in my opinion. It's like some weird designs. I'll put it over on the side here as I'm scrolling through just like this women's section. You'll see like really interesting things, I feel like, with like the shoulders. Like, look at that orange coat and that black one. It's like, ugh. Like, do people actually wear this in public? Look at the puffy thing, 11,000 euros. Look at these things with the long sleeves. Like, okay, who actually wears this for real? Because some of these are just, that doesn't mean I wouldn't sell it though. So yeah, Rick Owens. BOLO for sure. Okay, I moved downstairs to my work area. I feel like I could start hearing my husband like waking up or something. I just didn't feel like getting interrupted. So we're gonna keep going on with this Rick Owens. Looks like he was born in 1962. Lives in California, born in France. Actually it says he's an American-born, Paris-based designer whose groundbreaking collections have earned him the nickname the Lord of Darkness. Okay. Influencing countless designers, his gothic aesthetic boasts a fashion sportswear hybrid with gender-neutral designs and the hottest color of the season, always black. This is like, I'm not anything like this, so this is just like kind of funny to me. Like, whatever, I'll sell your stuff, but like, I don't think this is like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Like, okay. Anyway, yeah. He has a wife, okay, married to legendary French culture and fashion figure, Michelle Lamy. She has been called Owens' muse. Okay, you'll know Rick Owens if you see it, definitely. Yes, a fashion designer, high quality fabric, exaggerated, often dark, minimal, and industrial aesthetic, mixing in various occult motifs. He's 60 years old and his net worth is $6 million. So that's a little bit about Rick Owens. Never pass it up if you see it. That's all I have to say. And then the last BOLO brand that I found this past year was Brunello Cucinelli, another amazing, great designer brand. I have found this a few times, mostly at consignment stores that I go to from their clearance rack. And the pair I'm going to highlight is a pair of hidden wedge boots. They were leather with a harness on the side. They sold for $195, which is amazing. I think I paid $40 for them at the consignment store. So super excited to get those. I've sold their clothing once and the clothing doesn't do as well. I have found that the leather boots for me do really well. I don't know about you guys if you've ever sold that brand. Let me know down below in the comments. So it looks like they make men's, women's, and kids. I can't imagine ever dressing my children in something this expensive, but let's just take a look a little bit at the women's new arrivals. So it looks like we have a waistcoat for $2,750, a $1,500 wallet, $1,600 pair of pants, some shoes, $995, under $1K. Those are flats. A skirt, $1,600. Puffer coat, $3,500. Cashmere sweater, $4,900. Who's actually spending this much? I don't know. Even if I became like super rich, I don't know if I could do that. I mean, I could give $5,000 to someone else and like it could like change their life. Like one sweater. Anyway, they make bags. So all kinds of amazing products to be on the lookout for. Okay, so let me try to look up some information about them. It looks like there's a little family picture here, which of course they all look very cute. It says, we are witnessing the comeback of a great value of family, the enterprise. The family is a guardian of ideals. The company has reached its 6th generation. I had to let Ellie go out and go to the bathroom. She's probably going to be in really quick because it's stupidly cold out. So, Brunello Cucinelli, my wife was born in Solomeo. Where is that? I don't know. I'll pop it up in the screen if I look it up and find it out. In 1978, we were engaged to be married. A second love blossomed inside of me for her beautiful hamlet of origin. She ran a small shop here in the village, and he came the idea to start a knitwear business. And here's a little picture of him in his studio in 1999. Great year. That's when I graduated and got out of high school, which I absolutely hated. After that time, I slowly fell under the rather special spell of cashmere, of the humanity which with the goats of Hicris breed are reared. And I was fascinated by the warm hues of brown and gray. I do feel like I notice a lot of his sweaters are like more of those colors, so I don't know if everything's like that, but I notice a lot of the sweaters and stuff that I have found or seen are like that brown and gray color. 2012, he listed his company in the Milan Stock Exchange. I guess, I don't know what that's all about. I'm having a hard time finding information for him. Honestly, this sounds like way too fancy for me. Anyway, it's a BOLO brand. Definitely pick it up when you see it. Check the comps though if it's clothing just to make sure, but I would almost always get that brand unless it was priced stupidly high. So let's move on to my things that I'm looking for this year of BOLO brands that I'm hoping to find. And let's go look and see if Ellie's ready to come in. My work area, here's my stuff I need to list. Like some people say they have a death pile. I don't hardly ever try to keep death piles too much. So I got a lot of shoes in the bins. Here she is. Come on in, Ellie. Hold out. Here's the few pair of Clarks that I have left from my flip lot. All my shoes. And my messy shipping area. So let's get back to the brands that I'm hoping to find this year. First is Magnolia Pearl. This is a little tilted down. I have never found this brand. I've heard of people who do, and I've heard that it does amazing. So I'm really hoping to find it this year. I think the closest I got one time is I tried to apply to sell a flip lot with it in it, but they didn't pick me. Okay, Magnolia Pearl. It's kind of like very artsy, boho, lagging look from what I can tell. It looks like a tank dress sells for $450, $500. They have shoes for $300. Jackets, $500. So it's not anything nutso like the Brunello Cucinelli or the Rick Owens, but it's definitely still expensive and definitely a BOLO brand that I have heard sells really well. So if you've ever sold Magnolia Pearl, let me know down below what you sold, how much you sold it for. Would just be really interesting. Okay, so the history of Magnolia Pearl, it looks like it is Robin Brown was the creator and designer. She launched this company in 2002, so hasn't been around that long, about 20 years. They say intended to grace the vastness of human expression with an eye to sustainability and the ease of movement. The attire is aimed with a sense of integrity, lightness, resilience, and bewilderment. What? Anyway, every time you wear it, you are cocooned into supple encouragement, dressed to reflect the revolution within. This body is our vehicle of experience, the threshold between the known and the unknown world. What the frick? Okay, this is weird. I don't care, I'll sell this, but how do you describe clothing like that? I want to find Magnolia Pearl is the point of this first BOLO brand. Okay, the next brand that I would love to find is not super expensive, but I've heard that it can sell really well, and it's stuff from Dolls Kill. So I know it's like a goth like brand, punk, stuff like that, maybe popular at Halloween time, but all over for people who have that aesthetic. And so some of their dresses only go for like 66, 88, 45, 80. This one's 270. But I think it would be really cool to find just because I feel like that stuff sells really well for me and it can sell quickly. So that's another brand I'm going to be looking for. Probably something that's a little bit easier to find. I'm hoping. Let me know if you've sold anything from them. Okay, so Dolls Kill is a global online fashion brand. It was named the fastest growing retailer in 2014, top company in San Francisco. They sell clothing, shoes, and accessories featuring 6 collections showcased by dolls/models. They are known for their punk, goth, streetwear, and festival fashions. It also was in the 1990s brand Delia's, how do you say that, as a sub-label, which I like remember that store when I was a teenager. It was founded in 2011 by Shadi Lynn and Bobby Ferre. Shadi was a former DJ, and that's a woman apparently, and her husband was Bobby. So it looks like they launched it as an online marketplace for eccentric accessories such as colorful foxtails, like the furries, before expanding it to its full clothing. I don't know if furries was a thing back in 2011. And I really hope that they're not letting children pretending to be animals in schools, because I heard about that, but I think it's real. That's kind of crazy. In 2014, they secured a $5 million in a series of round of funding from a Seattle-based company. In 2017, they opened their first pop-up shop in San Francisco. And in 2018, it licensed and relaunched its brand with a 1990s throwback theme. There is some controversy according to Wikipedia. One of the controversy is they shared a photo of a line of police officers with the caption "Direct Action in Its Glory" with a BLM hashtag. He said it was meant to show solidarity for the movement. And they pledged $1 million to purchase products from Black-owned fashion brands and designers for their site. Okay, we're just not going to talk about my opinion on all of that. They also have been accused of stealing designs from small creators, so who knows? But I still want to find it, and I still want to sell it. Again, not a super expensive brand, but I think it's an achievable brand. Okay, the third BOLO brand that I'm hoping to find this year is Spell and the Gypsy. I have never found this. I have never even seen it, like in a consignment store or anything, so I really, really want to find it. I know a lot of resellers say that this is a good, big BOLO brand. I don't know if it's necessarily like crazy expensive. Let me just go on to like their best-selling featured items. Looks like dresses around $295, $250, $299. So yeah, not super expensive, $169 for a blouse, but definitely like a very distinct look, I feel like floral, boho, oversized. Actually kind of cute stuff, not like creepy weird like Rick Owens. So I would definitely love to find this year. We'll see if I can. I don't think manifestation is real. I mean, it's not. If you want to know my real opinion, God controls everything. And there's no coincidence or chance, because that's just the truth. If you don't know me and you're new to my channel, I'm a Christian, Republican, conservative, speak your mind reseller. I don't say things that are offensive, in my opinion, but some people get offended easily. But anyway, so if you are one too, welcome. Join the family of conservative resellers. There's some of us out here, we just don't speak about it too much. Spell and the Gypsy history. It was founded by 2 sisters, Elizabeth and Isabella. It employs more than 50 people at its headquarters in the Byron Bay. Multi-million-dollar bohemian fashion label. Flowy and feminine designs. They ship all around the world. The business started in 2008 after one of the sisters was making jewelry for a while and started a market stall. And they went to Bali a few times and started making clothes. And they would bring it back and sell it to this market. It says, we wanted to have enough money to buy 6 rolls of toilet paper at a time and maybe pay rent. That's kind of funny. So anyway, that's just a little history about them. That's my third brand that I would love to find. So let's get into the next one. Okay, the next BOLO brand that I would love to find would be Off-White. I think they sell clothing, shoes, sneakers, men's, women's. I feel like I know more of them for their sneakers, but they definitely sell other things. It looks like they sell some heels that are around like $1,500. I mean, some of these, I'm popping up the screen, that heel looks tiny. Like, wow, but they're like $1,200, $1,500, $1,300, some boots for $1,700. Some of their sneakers are a little more affordable with this $500, $600, $855 pair of boots. I've never found this. I've never seen it in person. Well, I've seen somebody wearing it, I feel like, but I've never seen it like in a store. So definitely something that I want to find. Okay, Virgil Abloh, maybe, looking very happy here in this picture. Founded Off-White in 2013 as a multi-platform creator endeavor. Main medium being fashion, but he combined ideas of streetwear, luxury, art, music, and architecture. He was approaching the medium of fashion remains. What? Whatever that means. It was defining the gray area between black and white as a color. Under the brand name, they have men's, women's, clothing, objects, and furniture. These have been like, this is entertaining me this morning, how people are creating or describing their business. Okay, Virgil was born in Rockford, Illinois. He was an artist, architecture, engineer, creative director, fashion designer, musician, DJ. Apparently he does it all. He has a degree in civil engineering from the University of Wisconsin, master's degree in architecture from ITT in Chicago. That is where he sounds like he started. So very interesting about the guy who founded Off-White. Okay, and the last brand that I'm hoping to find in 2023 is the brand Herve Ledger. Is that how you say it? Paris? I've never found it before. I've seen people that have sold it before, and I've heard that it does amazing. So I think they just make women's like dresses, purses, things like that. Let me look at this dress category and see kind of what the price range is for these retail. Okay, so these little mini dresses are running close to $400, $600, $1,190. That's a mohair dress. They've got a gown for $1,800, so it is pretty expensive. Looks like they make dresses, separates, like tops, skirts, shorts, pants, jackets, and accessories. So it would be interesting to see at this time next year if I found any of those 5 brands and to like make another one. Like it could be a continuing series maybe, Kelly. That could be fun if we are all still like YouTubing next year. I hope to be. So thank you so much, Kelly, for inviting me to do this collaboration. Again, make sure you guys go watch everyone else's videos. I will get them all linked down below. And I hope you have a happy new year and a great 2023. Here's to hoping we have many, many sales. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.